I gotta be honest with you, one of the things that I've never understood are people that are easily duped by evangelical pastors. People that are duped by evangelical pastors into giving that pastor all of their money. I've never understood it. I, I, I can't understand it now. I don't know that I ever will understand it. I don't understand how people can't see that it's a scam. And I'm not talking about whether or not you believe in God. There could be a God, there might not be a God. You can believe in God, you don't have to believe in God. I'm talking about what the pastors do. I'm talking about what the churches do. I don't understand how you don't see that your pastor telling you that the reason Jesus hasn't returned yet is because of lack of donations isn't a fucking scam. Watch this.
Evangelical pastor says Jesus hasn't returned due to the lack of donations. He says, I honestly believe this. The reason why Jesus hasn't come is because people are not giving the way God told them to give. When you understand this,
you can speed up the time.
He continued to suggest that if people called the number at the bottom of the screen, God the Father would say,
Jesus, go get him.
How do you not see that? Even if you're a hardcore believer in God and Jesus and you believe Jesus is going to come back one day, that's fine. I've got no problem with that. How do you not see that somebody telling you that Jesus hasn't returned yet because you haven't coughed up enough of your money to them is a scam? It is mind-blowing to me. I don't understand how people can get a phone call from somebody that says, "Hey, we're going to shut off your bank accounts and your electricity and your credit, and the police are coming for you unless you give me your social security number and blah 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 right now." I've never understood that either. But this, if you are a hardcore believer in Jesus Christ and that he is going to return one day, why the fuck would you ever believe that his return would be conditional on how much money you gave away? Why? These people, and I'm not talking about the flock, I'm talking about the pastor. These people, these evangelical television pastors that convince people to give them seed money. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but these pastors tell these people, you need to give me your money so I can seed it and let it grow. You give me 1,000, I will seed that $1,000, and in time you will get 100,000 in return. And these people send him $1,000, $100, $500, whatever. And if they don't send enough, he takes to the TV and tells them, "That's why Jesus hasn't come back yet. You haven't been a good enough Christian." These people, these pastors, are the absolute scum of the earth, preying on people's beliefs in order to drain them dry. Referring to the people in the congregation as a flock, with all due respect, is the most accurate way of referring to the people who sheepishly fall in line and give up their hard-earned money. I once worked for a gentleman who's no longer alive. I once worked for a gentleman in the far northwest suburbs who belonged to one of these mega churches. It was one of these churches that had a 10,000 seat room for the actual services and a jumbotron and all of this shit. And so many people attended the church that sometimes you had to watch the service in another room on a TV because the 10,000 seat room was full. In order to be part of that church, you had to sign a contract in which you gave the church 10% of your gross pay. Gross, not net. 10% of your gross. And they make you prove it. They make you show them your financials. Disgusting, grotesque, predatory behavior. These people are getting rich off of your money by convincing you that Jesus wants you to give it all to them, while they're wearing $1,000 suits and $500 rings and driving nice cars and living in nice houses. How do people not fucking see this?